Hello everyone and welcome back to another diecast review. Today was not a 164 race car, it is a race hauler for Jimmie Johnson for his Phoenix, paint scheme, of course his final ride. Now, I don't know if I'm going to keep this. Now, of course, the average NASCAR fan is like, oh, what do you mean you don't know if you're going to keep it? Keep that thing, it's going to be worth, money later on down the road. It's an awesome hauler, Jimmie Johnson's final ride. Yeah, but I don't really have the room, and also I've been thinking about selling some of my other haulers as well, just simply because, I don't really have the room. Of course, I'll keep my Junior and Bowman haulers, all that stuff, right? But just stuff like extra, like, for example, I have, I think it was Austin Dillon's 2018 Darlington Throwback hauler. I believe that was the year. I don't really want that anymore, but I did have the intention to turn it into a custom. That's the only reason why I've held on to it so long. For a long time now, I've been wanting to make a Wrangler Racing Motorsports hauler, but I haven't really got to it. Now, if you don't know what Wrangler Racing Motorsports is, it is my NASCAR Cup team, quote, NASCAR Cup team, for the Little Wrangler Cup Series, which is my stop motion series, and we are in the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series, which of course is Diecastbuffet's series over there on his channel. Also, link in the description if you want to go check that out. But yeah, that's my race team, and I kind of wanted to do like a team hauler. I figured that would be really awesome. I haven't seen anybody, or at least not a lot of people, do custom haulers. So I'm kind of wanting to get on that trend, or not that trend, but kind of on that train. Trying to do something a little bit outside the box and see where we can just, kind of go with it. But as of right now, I am stacked up on so many projects, so I have no clue when in the world I will be able to get to that custom hauler. But anyway, we got the Jimmie Johnson hauler right here, of course, for 2020 Phoenix. Now, I did see Elliott's Championship diecast, and I could have, well, not the diecast, but the hauler, I could have picked it up, but for whatever reason, I'm like, no, I don't need it. And then I'm like, well, these are some pretty popular haulers, so I do want to at least get some content on a hauler, because again, I haven't done it in a long time, and it's a hauler that a lot of people kind of, are looking for, stuff like that. Jimmie Johnson, huge name, household name, 7-time champion, final season hauler, something people are going to look after, right? So even if I did not keep this specific hauler diecast, I still wanted to at least get a review out to the public. So that is why it's in the studio. But let's take a look at this box. Now, I don't know if the box has changed, just like the 2020 diecast, or 2021 diecast, I'm sorry. But it's like let's see, I think haven't the haulers always had like a custom box to it? I don't really remember. Again, I don't do haulers often, but when I do, I never really look at the box. I just kind of get into the actual diecast. So let's actually take a moment and kind of take in what's going on with this packaging. So of course we got 164 Jimmie Johnson right there on the bottom, 3+, Hendrick Motorsports, NASCAR Authentics, got NASCAR Authentics on the top as well. Of course we got that checkered pattern going across, and then we do have the little like squares, or they're not squares. What is that shape called? It's like a slanted square. For whatever reason, I can't think of that shape. But either way, we got that pattern going on like to the box, and of course it's been on the Jimmie Johnson paint scheme, and it's on the actual hauler itself, so it goes with the box pretty darn good. So, I mean, yeah, there is some detail to the box, which is awesome. Always love to see that. Question is, are both sides the same with the box and with the hauler? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. No, the box is the same, but the actual hauler design is not. Either way, this is a pretty darn awesome looking hauler, so let's go ahead and get this bad boy ripped open. Well, not ripped open, because we're going to be careful with the box, but we're going to get this bad boy open and see if we can see any more detail, because again, I don't really do hauler often as well. There we go. I don't really do hauler reviews often, or I'm not really known to do them very well also. So, yeah, I don't know. We're going to take a shot at this and see what we can get into. Again, both sides are different, so we will talk about that as well. So, let's go ahead and hop right to it. Here is the hauler out of the box. Now, of course, with it being a plastic hauler, they couldn't really get the metallic silver you got on the actual diecast. Now, I have that diecast somewhere, and I don't know where. It's probably buried on the wall somewhere. I just can't really find it. Let's see. Looking for it. I could be blind, which I probably am. But oh, no, I see it. Okay. So, it's a little buried. I mean, I'll probably get it out for the thumbnail, but actually, no, you know what? We'll end with the video on that. So, let's go ahead and get that out real quick. All I gotta do is remove just a few die casts. Nothing too crazy. 1, 2, 3, and it is the 4th row down. So, here's the die cast right here. We'll take it out of the box in a little bit. But yeah, there's kind of the set for the hauler. So, there's that. I mean, you know, nothing crazy. So, we do, of course, have the hauler. Now, again, as I stated, you can't really get that shine like you could on the hauler, or not on the hauler, but on the die cast, simply because it is plastic, not metal. So, doing a metallic finish on plastic is quite impossible. So first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual rig, not the hauler part. So we are going to zoom in a little bit on this right here. So for the actual rig, we got the 48 Ally Do It Right. Jimmie Johnson, you could pass this off as a Bowman if it didn't have the signature. I wouldn't dare do that, but you know, whatever. Got that gray cab right there. Of course, you got like the headlights and the grille and stuff, and the windshield. Got the mirrors, the visor, the sunroof, all that good stuff there. Of course, you got the wheels and whatnot. Got the little hitch down there for the other part of the hauler, so that can go in and be connected. And of course, you got the roof, or not the roof flaps, but the mud flaps and stuff down there as well. Just a little bit of back detail back there. Not a whole lot, but there's a little bit. So moving on to the actual hauler part of this diecast. Let's see, we got on this side, we got the Jimmie Johnson after I'm pretty sure that was when he was going to quote-unquote salute Elliott for winning the championship. I could be wrong, but he is going in the opposite direction, so I can only assume that that was at the end of the race when he went to do the, quote, passing the torch. And on this side, you can see him in the pit road right there. Of course, in his pit stall getting some fresh tires and Sunoco fuel. So, of course, you got the Ally right there. Right in the middle, you got Ally. And, of course, you got the Ally right there in the corner. Looks like you got, let's see, Hendrick Motorsports and a very small sticker down here, 48 and Jimmie Johnson. Of course, you got the back right here, which has the Ally Do It Right in purple, if I can focus. There we go. Of course, you got the taillights and stuff, and the generic, you know, just kind of modeled out taillights. Then you got the opening compartment back here, which got a little ramp so you can put your diecast in there. I actually haven't put diecast in one of these things in a very long time, so yeah, I never really have a use for it, but it is there in case you need to use it for whatever reason, stop motions, you know, etc. So I got the same design over here, just a little bit of different pictures on this side. Instead of, it would be him going backwards, you see him going the correct way. And it looks like we got a little bit of somebody else over here with that quarter panel. I can only assume it would be Eric Jones, but I could be wrong on that. And over here, of course, we got Phoenix Raceway, and then, of course, we got the good old paint scheme right there. So, I mean, that's about it. There's not really much. There's nothing on the front end right here. Of course, there's the undercarriage. Nothing crazy. You do have the little connector part right here, so you can kind of go into the diecast. So, I mean, yeah, other than that, it's not really a crazy-looking paint scheme. Now, the Elliott, or not paint scheme, but the hauler design. Now, the Elliott one had a whole bunch of, like some of his, 2020 wins. Of course, he had the championship logo, or not the logo, but the logo, too. But he had, the championship trophy in his hand and all that stuff. So that one was actually a pretty cool design, not gonna lie. But that is about it for this hauler review. Of course, again, I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. I might not. Actually, I don't think I can refund it or return it because I don't have the receipt. So I might have to put it on eBay or something. But these actually are pretty sought after. Now, I'm not going to, price it too crazy. I'm not going to go like, oh, $70 for this thing. No, I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. So, yeah, a very nice and special looking hauler, of course, for the 7-time champion Jimmie Johnson in his final season at Phoenix. But yeah, again, not a crazy hauler. Now, if it was like that metallic silver, I feel like this would be a whole lot more sought after, but just, again, because it's plastic, it's very hard to do that. But yeah, you can do what you can do. Now, again, I am going to try to somewhat do a, custom, there we go, couldn't think of the word for whatever reason, but I'm going to try to do a custom hauler at some point. I don't know how in the world I'm going to do that. Now, the actual, hauler part, I don't think is going to be a big deal. It's the cab I'm really worried about. I might have to hand paint that cab. That's going to suck. But either way, we're going to have to see what we can do there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and end this diecast review. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.